Hello everyone, it's time for Good Week Israel, where we bring you the most positive highlights from this week at ILTV. Get ready to smile because coming up, a first-of-its-kind discovery links one of the holiest sites in Christianity back to the Second Temple period. We'll learn how to make babka, a sweet braided bread. Then finally, breaking borders with a new song of peace artists from across the region joined together for an incredible ensemble. The Israel Antiquities Authority unearthed a 2,000-year-old ritual bath that's shedding new light on the story of the Last Supper. Chana Rifkin reports.
We are standing at the foot of Mount of Olives, adjoining the Valley of Kidron. It is a very well-known site in Jerusalem, known by the name Gethsemane, and it's very, very important for Christianity. Right here there is modern church dedicated to those biblical events. Back then, 2,000 years ago, it was a field outside the walls of Jerusalem, full with olive trees, and in the middle of the field was some kind of olive press for making oil. Until now, we do not have any archaeological proof that something was here in the Second Temple period. Until now.
That's right. For the first time ever, actual remains from the holy area of Gethsemane in Jerusalem, showing a glimpse of daily life dating back to the Second Temple period. And all with the help of the Custos of the Holy Land, Father Francesco Patton, and a surprisingly fortunate accident.
The Franciscans, who owned this piece of land in Jerusalem, decided to build an underground passage leading from the church of Gethsemane to the Valley of Kidron, and suddenly, in the middle of this underground passage, the mountain collapsed and revealed ancient and amazing find, the Jewish ritual bath known by the name the mikveh.
But of course, located in the Mount of Olives, just a stone's throw from the Holy Church of Gethsemane, aka the Church of Agony or the Church of All Nations, the discovery of this Jewish ritual bath also carries heavy Christian significance as well.
And according to the New Testament, right here, after the Last Supper, Jesus foresaw the destructions of Jerusalem. He understood that he had to die in order to save humanity for its sins.
Up till today, pilgrims like to come to this place in thousands every day. We hope to preserve the element. We are excited to be able here in Gethsemane to find something which belonged to the time of Jesus.
Each year on Christmas, Palestinian Christian Issa Kassisieh tours around the old city of Jerusalem, handing out goodies provided by the city's municipality to Christians, Muslims, and Jews alike. This year, he had a new addition to his costume, a mask, of course.
I think everybody could use a little extra celebration this year. So we brought our whole family to receive this amazing gift of a tree, and we're looking forward to celebrating together.
Merry Christmas!
In Tel Aviv was a slightly different scene and maybe a place you'd least expect to see a character normally in a snowy climate. A handful of locals dressed up and attended a Santa beach volleyball game organized by the municipality of Tel Aviv to spread holiday spirit.
This year, the Christmas around the world is a little different, a little bit sad sometimes, but here in Tel Aviv, we decided to do it a party. Party! Woo!
Next, a new and beautiful song of unity is now making its way across the net. Chana Rifkin with the story.
Among the growing number of Arab and Muslim states that have now normalized with Israel, Tunisia and Yemen are unfortunately not counted. But try and tell that to Israeli artist Ziv Yecheskel and Tunisian artist Nauman Shari, who just partnered up for an incredible duet, composed by a Yemenite artist who remains anonymous for the sake of his or her own safety. Then reaching for the widest audience possible, the song entitled Peace Between Neighbors is performed entirely in Arabic, but with Hebrew and English subtitles. And the video includes imagery both from Tunisia and Israel, though without expressly stating as much. Now, as for the message itself, the unnamed Yemenite writer says that the intention is to spread love and peace between peoples, with lyrics including lines like, "In my faith there is place for all religions," and my book calls on neighbors to overcome their differences and build bridges towards one another. Then finally, the project was organized by the New York-based Arab Council for Regional Integration, which describes itself as a pan-Arab initiative for fostering a spirit of partnership that knows no borders.
An exciting deal in the making. Simon Cowell will be a judge on the next season of the Israeli X Factor, which will film in the coming months and is expected to air sometime next year on Israeli television. According to Israel's Reshet Channel 13, this will be the first time Cowell is judging a singing competition anywhere other than the United States or the UK, adding that this is a huge achievement for Israeli TV. As part of the special season, Cowell will help select Israeli judges who will then join him to judge the contestants. In a statement, Cowell said he can barely wait to see what the Israelis have to offer. Next, ILTV's Emmanuel Kadosh gets an extremely unique culinary experience in Tel Aviv. Let's take a look.
I'm not trying to make something look like or taste like. Taking the fruit or the vegetable and creating new flavors that I myself am also surprised by.
If you're looking for an extremely unique, one-of-a-kind culinary experience in the heart of Tel Aviv, you've arrived at the right place. Opa is one of the most talked about restaurants in the city, and we're about to meet the team behind it. So, yalla, let's eat.
Sherelle and her twin sister Shira co-own Opa and work alongside one another at the restaurant. Sherelle doing the cooking and creating, while Shira runs the restaurant outside of the kitchen.
We're at Opa, my restaurant, my baby, the love of my life. I don't know if I'm a chef. I think maybe more of an artist, I'd like to call myself. I really started cooking when I was 12, I think. I have a passion for it, and I was working in New York City and everything, and I wanted to learn more about what food is about, the origins of it. And I came back, and I think that the whole idea of cooking with vegetables really struck me, and I felt like I found my passion. Before you open a restaurant or anything like that, you have to find something in you that's different than other people. And when I found the art of cooking with vegetables and fruits, I was like, okay, I have that. And one thing led to another, and here we are, you know.
Eating plant-based is much more than just a trend. It's a way of life that many people have come to learn and love.
Say cooking with vegetables. Wouldn't people, and I don't know if you agree or not, wouldn't people just consider that vegan?
You see, people consider it vegan, but I think for me it's something very new. And because to say vegan on something, I always feel in the culinary wise, it's like you go to a restaurant and they're trying to have a steak, but it's made out of soybeans or I'm not trying to do that. Me, Opa, it focuses on fruit and vegetables, and this is what we do. It's like the science of cooking with it.
Tell me how important it is plating for you. What does plating mean when it comes to the design?
The aesthetics of everything to the organizing the pantry and the refrigerator, and it's super important because at the end of the day, it's what you see is like what you eat first. And also, I think as time goes by, I look at plating like in the beginning of Opa and now, and I'm really embarrassed. I'm like, oh my God, I plated that? It's so ugly. The beauty of not having a menu, it really frees you to do whatever you want. And I'm very creative. Right now, specifically, I'm not creative. I'm not in a creative mode. I'm like, I want to sleep. Just kidding.
When you first walk into Opa, you instantly feel the energetic vibe of the restaurant. It's a small venue, but extremely well lit and obviously beautifully designed, and it actually only seats a limited amount of people per night. Minimum of people that, or a maximum of people that can come here, right? Tell me about, how does that work?
Like if it was up to me, it would be 40 people a day, 45. But my sister here is the one that brings them in, you know.
She's like, no, there's room for more.
Yeah,
It's okay.
exactly,
Come in.
it's fine.
I'm excited to try some of the dishes that you're going to bring out for us. Do you know which ones you're going to bring out so you could tell me a little bit about them?
So the melon is, we salt it and we dehydrate it in olive oil, and then we slice it really, really thin. And dill, and the sauce is made out of seaweed broth that we make, and lime and Thai bird chilies, habanero butter with a bread that we make here from dessert, jandoya, that we make hazelnut milk. So all of the hazelnut pulp, we dehydrate, make flour out of that, and then we make bread. You eat it like a toast.
Casual.
And then there's the watermelon that goes through a few processes, the same kind of, and then we burn it on the yakitori. Yakitori is a Japanese grill. And then we slice it really thin and we pound it like a carpaccio. Underneath is a hazelnut miso with mustard that we make here as well. They're both like 4 or 5 months old. And so that also comes with like bread that we make here. It's kind of like a focaccia made out of also waste of almonds. So we'll do the mushroom. Okay. So it's 100% organic Israeli grown blue oyster mushrooms from small farms that we work with. The sauce is made out of liquor that we make out of blueberries, 5 months. Aging vegetables is the thing that I'm in love with. The squash, it's also smoked for a really, really long time. And then the sauce is made out of a reduction of corn and like a butter that we make out of almonds and coconut.
You've sufficiently made me hungry thinking about fruits and vegetables. Get in the kitchen and start cooking because I know you've been thinking about that since we sat down.
Yeah, you have to go. I'm so sorry.
All right, everyone, who's ready? Yalla, let's eat.
And finally, we'll learn how to make babka, a sweet braided bread or cake popular in Israel and in the Jewish diaspora. Take a look at this unbelievably easy recipe from kosher.com.
I've got my friend Esty Welby.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Esty's got her own show on kosher.com.
Called Easy Does It. Check it out.
And I love that everything you do is so easy does it, because I really need a little bit of help in the baking department, and I think that you're going to teach me some really great things today.
So what we're going to make today is a cinnamon pecan twisted babka.
You had me at cinnamon.
Really?
I love cinnamon, yeah. It already smells good with just all the ingredients.
It does.
Here. Okay, let's do it. Let's
Either
bake.
way. Okay, good. So what we have here, first we're going to start with the filling because it's just really easy. We've got some light brown sugar, and we're going to combine that with some chopped pecans.
Okay.
Thank you. Just coarsely chopped. And then I'm gonna let you go with the cinnamon. Go as heavy as you like.
Heavy as we like.
Oh yeah. Oh, it smells good. And then we just mix it up and set it aside. Oh, it smells so good.
That's right. That was a good teaspoon's worth there.
Yeah, you can do really as much or as little as you like. If you don't like cinnamon, you're not a cinnamon person, shh, don't tell Naomi, but I've done this with just some chocolate spread.
Lotus butter.
Lotus butter, yes. Any one of those is amazing in here, really. When you've got some yeast dough and some sweet filling and you bake it up, nobody could resist. And then here we have some yeast dough. Now, if you're baking challah, then you could just use a piece of your challah that you're baking. Right. You can, if you're baking challah the day before, you just save a piece in the fridge and you could work with that. If you're afraid of dough, and some people are, you could buy pizza dough or you can make pizza dough. Pizza dough is really quick and easy.
It's very quick. It takes a couple of minutes. You can throw it together.
And it rises in like a half hour. The one that I use, it rises in a half hour. We're gonna flour our surface here because you need to roll it out into a rectangle.
Okay,
Watch
so a little bit of
flour. I don't
flour.
wanna get you.
We don't want it to. Do you see how she kind of went across?
Yeah, like sprinkle it on because we don't want it to stick to the countertop.
Okay.
And then we turn out our dough.
I'll take that from you.
Thank you. And then we roll it out into a rectangle.
I want to touch it. Okay, so we're going to
do it. It feels nice. It like springs back.
And it should be at room temperature. You want to make sure the dough gets to room temperature.
It's easier. If you're going to chill it, bring it down to room temperature.
Am I doing this right, Esty?
Yes, so far so good. We have a rolling pin over there to help us go. And then you can kind of stretch it to make a rectangle. You don't have to really worry so much about the shape. and then
Are there any
you roll it out.
techniques I need to know about when I'm rolling dough? Because I'm always looking to learn.
What I like to do is instead of going back and forth, I like to go in one direction. So we start in the center and you push it out that way, right? And then you start in the center and push it out that way.
Oh, I see.
Get it? And then start in the center, push it
out
forward,
that way, and then go back.
bring
to
it back. Like, because if you roll it back, it'll shrink back. So if you start in the center, see that?
Easy does it.
Easy does it. And there you go.
I'm going to go back.
Look at that.
And I'm going to go back to the center.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go forward. I'm doing it.
There you go. And if it's, I mean, we need a rectangle, but it doesn't have to be exact, but you can always stretch it. See that?
Okay, like that.
Yeah. And it springs back into place. What you want to do is just roll it to like an even thickness.
This
should
dough
really be
feels
good.
lovely.
Right?
I'm really loving
if
this
you have
dough.
kids who are into baking, but like you don't want to make a whole mess of your situation, you could do this like on the side. Doesn't need to be in the kitchen on the countertops with a mixer. You could just really have them like off on the side. Whatever toppings they like, they could probably have their own really great ideas. I like when people get creative in the kitchen.
Yeah.
They let the kids use their own instincts and that whole thing. I like that.
I like that also. My daughters love to cook. Okay.
Okay, so
what
now
goes next?
what we do is we just add our filling here.
Okay, so can I go for it?
Go for it. Spill the whole thing. We've got about 2 cups of light brown sugar and about 2 cups of coarsely ground pecans. Good. And then you could even use your fingertips because let's be real, this is how we do it.
Oh yeah. So is this gonna get ooey gooey?
This gets so ooey gooey, and we're not even using any butter. Can we say it the way you say it?
Butter.
Butter.
Butter is better.
Butter is better.
There you go. What a team. Okay.
So you can smear the dough with some butter before you do this whole thing, but really it's not dry at all if you just go straight for the brown sugar and the pecans.
Okay.
And a lot of it is actually going to run out when we bake it because we're about to slice it up. And the nuts, I love when the pecans bake up. They have this they still have a bite to them, but they're so tender. It's amazing. I love it.
She's so excited. I love it. Okay.
It makes me so happy. So what we do is we tug a little bit and then fold over. See that?
I'm tugging and I'm folding.
And and you want to ooh, I like this. We tug and roll.
So we're doing this together. I like this.
And we want to even it out a little bit on the side. You want to make sure everything is all in there.
We want to tuck, right? We want the bits that are falling out, we kind of pop that back in?
Yeah. It's a little bit messy, but life is messy.
Yeah.
So dessert should be messy too.
Okay.
Okay, and then once we get to the end, what I like to do is instead of rolling it down, because I like to secure it, I just carry this over and pinch. Carry and pinch. Carry and pinch. Carry and pinch, and then go all the way along the seam.
I'm pinching with you.
Pinch, pinch.
I'm really learning a lot. Okay, this is great.
And now it's tearing up a little bit, but it's really okay because I'll show you what we're gonna do. No one's gonna see any of this. It's a beautiful mess. Don't worry about that. We're gonna add it after.
Okay,
What I like to do now, it's easier to transfer it to parchment right now. So we have a parchment lined baking sheet on the side, but we'll just take the parchment off.
Can I just say parchment paper is the best thing. I call it my best friend in the kitchen.
It is. I use it on everything, and I like it better than the silicone mats.
No, much better because you throw it away. The silicone mats you can wash.
There we go. Lift it.
We're lifting it up. You don't actually
Carefully.
have to use 2 people, but we have one very long one.
You can roll it on. You can just roll it onto the parchment. Right, that's why I took it off of the pan. So traditional babka would be twisting 2 of these, right? You have 2 logs and you twist them both and then you have this bob. But what we're gonna do is slice it down the middle. Do you wanna slice it? I don't wanna drag the dough, so I'll show you. Look, I press the knife in, hit the counter, and then
you wanna go all the way down?
All the way down.
I was afraid of that.
No. Here, you do this.
Okay, I'm taking over.
There you go. All the way down. Make sure
all the way down. I see the difference. I feel a difference.
You can,
I want to feel
you don't
the counter.
You don't want to drag because if you drag, you're going to drag the dough with you, and then it might not cut all the way on the bottom.
I love this
So what you do is you make sure you hit the counter, hear that clink, or you can do it on a cutting board if you're nervous about it. But you want to hear the contact of the knife to the counter so you know that you got to the bottom of the dough. We're just going to split open here.
Oh, you're actually pulling it apart now.
I'm going to pull it apart, and what we're going to do is we're going to cross these over one another. Okay, so what we do is look, and some of the filling is going to spill out, but that's okay. So we cross this over there, see that? And then drag this back.
Okay.
Push this back into position, carry this over like that. Do you see?
So it's just
it's same kind of twisting, but with the cut side up. Yeah, but it's hard. I think because we started more than halfway, I'm just gonna.
Okay, so now
I'm gonna help you lift up the whole. Yeah.
So I'm gonna Yeah, we definitely need to lift it together.
Right.
Because we made a very long one.
Yeah. And it's okay if it's messy, because then we'll add everything back in. Got it?
Got it.
Got it. Whoops, a lot of it's coming out here, but it's really fine. We'll sprinkle it all back in on top.
Okay, then this one goes over this one again. We're
Right.
switching it over.
Right.
Oh, baby, I'm doing it.
And you want to make sure that when you're crossing over the sides, that the cut side stays up, because that's what the pretty lines that you're going to get after it bakes.
Okay.
You want to make sure the cut side stays
Like
up.
this. So even though
Right,
I
when
open
you're
it
when
up,
you're
I can
crossing
just,
sides, just, you know what I mean?
can just open it
yeah,
up.
Yeah, And
Okay.
all this on the side, we just sprinkle over. And now, it looks like this really long snake, but one sec. What I like to do is smush it.
I'll smush it from
Yes,
this side?
so look, so you see it gets wider and shorter. 'Cause
Wider
we want
and
it to
shorter.
fit on our baking sheet. So we just press it together
Okay.
and add all this stuff that fell out that we felt so bad
Back
about.
on top.
Don't feel bad. We're putting it right
It's
back
going
on.
back in.
That's it.
Okay, this looks amazing, Esty.
Okay.
So how do we cook this?
So now from here, I don't even egg wash it or anything. We just stick this straight into a 350-degree oven for about 30, 35, 40 minutes, depends on your oven, until it gets like nice and golden. And you'll see some of the sugar starts to leak out, but it's okay because there's plenty of it still inside.
And we've got our parchment paper to catch it. So
Yeah,
it's easy
right.
to clean up.
Right, absolutely. I even line my baking sheets typically with foil, so it's really easy. If anything leaks out of the parchment, you've got to just roll it up, toss it out.
Perfect.
Oh,
my God.
look at that.
Oh, baby. All right, I love this.
Okay, let's just put it here and slice into it. So you see that some of the filling leaked out. Can you see that?
I love that.
I'm gonna let you do the honors.
I'm gonna do the honors, okay.
Oh,
This
I'm
is
so
for you,
excited.
and this
That
is,
whole thing?
and the rest is for me.
Look at that. Do you
Okay.
see that? How it's all swirled together?
Look at that. Look
oh
at that
my
filling
goodness.
ooze out. Okay, you ready?
Should we just break it apart?
Yeah, you go there.
Thank you.
I'll go here.
Cheers. Right?
Oh my God. Esty.
And that was so easy. That was so easy.
Easy does it.
Easy does it. Sunny side up.
All right, the two of us together. For more recipes like this, go to kosher.com.
Kosher.com.
I'm starting again, okay? I'm stopping.
Look at the camera. How was I? That's our first cut. Not bad. High five.
Okay.
We baked it! Yes!
I want babka bites.
We're okay?
Yeah.
But it's open. Do you want to close it? Thank you. No. What are we gonna... So we're back.
Esty, the house smells amazing. Okay, ready?
I love it. I'm zen.
And we're on.
I can't do things a second time. You know that.
For more recipes like this, right, I have nuts in my mouth.
That's a wrap, baby.
We did it in 2 takes, the kosher.com part. No.
That's all for today's Good Week Israel. Hope we've helped you start your week off with a smile. I'm Lauren Izzo. See you next week.